Morning, you guys. All right, so this one I'm gonna have to do pre-recorded, okay? Because I've been trying to get to this energy and it's just been taking me forever. Just have a lot going on. All right, so today is June 13th. It is Jupiter's day. All right, and we have a lot going on in the transits more so. All right, what's happening right now is the Sun in Gemini is in sextile over to Chiron in Aries. All right, this more so happened at 2:22 a.m. We're at the planetary hour of the Sun in Gemini. All right, and I'm currently doing this reading at the hour of the Sun. All right, so let's just look back at 7 planetary hours before. Okay, 2:22 a.m. 22 degrees, 44 minutes, planetary hour of the Sun in Gemini, Sabian symbol. All right, sextile energy, meaning they're working harmoniously, compatibly. All right, three fledglings in a nest high in a tree. All right, so beginnings of spiritual integration, support for our first attempts to creatively express our spiritual awakening, new levels of spiritual integration. Says a mind that is able to hold its rational and non-rational aspect in equal dynamic balance is able to rise above conditioned unconscious states of being. This is the necessary integrated attitude of mind that supports true creativity. All right, and it's sextiled over to Chiron in Aries, which Chiron is obviously the energy of the wounded healer. This one is the Sabian symbol of a woman in pastel colors carrying a heavy but veiled load. So the rich potential of every moment and situation, assertiveness and desire together give birth to creative new possibilities, creative assertiveness towards furtherment of potentials. It says when clear assertive purpose applies to a field of potential, something else is brought into being. Existence is not sterile. It is brimming with a polarized life force that cannot fail to create new life. A man, woman, child. Man, woman, child is a pattern that repeats universally. As an artist, materials, artwork, for example, or ideal, limitation, or inventiveness. So it's giving me this energy of like high creativity right now, right? With the Sun in Gemini, Sun is obviously of life purpose, where you are able to self-express. All right, Gemini, meaning getting out there, socializing, communicating on ways to heal, but doing it creatively. All right, so next transit happening today, early morning, obviously, Moon in Virgo, right? Quincunx over to the North Node in Aries. The Moon in Virgo, we spoke about, has lots of energy of like order, of organization. It's like to perfection, analyzing everything, putting everything into like efficient ideas coming together, getting everything laid out properly, right? This one specifically, it says a strong hand supplanting political hysteria, the magic of charisma. Okay, so a leader who is open to the downpouring of cosmic energies gains magnetism and the power to shape and direct his circle, claiming our rightful influence. All right, so it says those lacking the clarity and will to train the mind to know the importance of the faith become confused and anxious when a crisis blooms. Then, to answer collective needs, a leader is thrown up whose faith has been developed to the highest degree of self confidence and its resultant charisma. All right, so being charismatic right now, all right, what it is that you're presenting, you have to be more so like a leader, right? So it is in the energy of a quincunx, which is of discord, disharmony. It's like not compatible at all, okay? So it's giving Aries energy an unsuccessful bomb explosion. All right, so trying to change things hurriedly and without due process will always fail. Sincere, if naive, steps towards self-perfection. So this is the energy. The Moon in Virgo wants perfectionism. And the Aries energy is just so impulsive and so moving quickly that it can definitely become an explosive bomb. All right, but an unsuccessful one. Why? Because Virgo's energy is earth. It is meant to be very calm, collective, working patiently. Aries is too impulsive, all right, too fast. So the urge we all feel to cast off the yoke of social pressure and claim our freedom is potentially a very subtle and profound spiritual state of consciousness. Yet when it is expressed in a distorted way as petulant rebelliousness, both spiritual authority and social approval is missing. It must fall, it should fail. Sorry, it must fail, it should fail, and it does fail. Alright, so anything that is expressed in a distorted way is not going to work, pretty much. Alright, so coming out with something rebellious is not going to work. Alright, Moon in Virgo. This one happens later on this evening. Alright, so it's giving the Moon in Virgo opposing Saturn in Pisces. We already know Saturn in Pisces is like this very strict, authoritative. It's giving like structured type of energy in Pisces within the emotional state, right? So 19 degrees, 13 minutes happens at 4:18 p.m. at the planetary hour of Mars in Taurus. The Moon in Virgo will then be at the Sabian symbol, speaking of an automobile caravan. All right, so cooperation. To optimize effort and gain the best results, we need to work together with kindred spirits, working cooperatively towards a common goal. All right, so going beyond personal ambitions of self-realization, we then seek out others on the same journey and align ourselves to a collective goal. Reality is a gestalt. What is real somewhere is real everywhere, as above, so below. So at the deepest reach of human consciousness, we cannot be fully realized until and unless everyone else is too. Anyway, it makes good sense to share our journey because synergistic gains accrue and it's more enjoyable. Alright, so the Pisces energy speaks about a table set for an evening meal, affirmation of bounteous harvest. At the end of our endeavors, we are nourished by whatever we can harvest from our labors and experiences. We live with an attitude of gratitude. So the soul's sojourn on earth puts it in touch with so many things which are not of its essence. It learns of suffering, of loss and disappointment, of frustration, of failure, of sickness, and of death. Yet these darker energies are of the earth, and at the end of the day, the soul returns home and is guaranteed comfort and joy once again. All right, so as much as we want to cooperate here on the earthly plane, it's more so in opposing energies where Virgo and the moon, Virgo's moon and Saturn and Pisces are going to be, where the moon wants more organization, structure, analyzing things. Saturn wants the same, but it's in opposing signs, in earth and then in water. All right, so down here on earth, water within the emotional state, we just want to return home, right? So that we can just be comforted and happy and joyful again. All right, so let's run back for the first two. All right, so the Sun in Gemini, sextile Chiron and Aries, more so sextile energy harmony when it comes to creativity. Quincunx with the Moon in Virgo, discord against the energy of the North Node, the divine destiny. All right, so wanting to feel that magic of charisma that we have within, but then dealing with immature frustrations. Okay, and then here we are with the Moon in Virgo at 4:18 p.m. tapping in with the opposition of Saturn and Pisces, which again, we were speaking about this energy coming up, wanting to cooperate, but then having like this overabundance of harvest and wanting to come in, wanting to more so tap into that energy emotionally. But it has to be, once again, structured. Okay, so let's move on to Mercury sextile Chiron's energy. All right, so 22 degrees, 46 minutes. Today is June 13th, again, 10:03 p.m. This is late night energy, you guys. Planetary hour of Jupiter in Gemini. So because Mercury is in Gemini as well, this has a heavier influence with this sextile, bringing harmony in. It's again speaking about three fledglings in a nest of a tree. So beginnings of spiritual integration. We read this one out. The support of our first attempts to creatively express our spiritual awakening. New levels of spiritual integration. All right. So the following one is going to be the Aries energy. Once again, with the woman in pastel colors carrying a heavy veiled load, the rich potential of every moment and situation, assertiveness and desire together giving birth to creative new possibilities. So in the beginning of the day, all right, very early morning, we were dealing with these energies in sextile, but it's from the energy of the Sun over to Chiron in Aries. Whereas now we're dealing with the energies in sextile with Mercury and Chiron in Aries. Okay? So it's giving like the communicative side to it, and overall the higher sense of your purpose and why you're doing this energy. All right, created me. Now let's move on to the moon in Virgo, quincunx to Chiron and Aries. This is the funny one. All right, so 11:31 p.m. planetary hour of the sun in Gemini. The moon in Virgo will then be at the Sabian symbol, speaking about an animal trainer overcoming prideful self-love. So patience and self-control are prerequisites for spiritual advancement, overcoming prideful self-love. Everybody given self-love are very prideful, always in their ego, right? We all work out of the energy of ego. But taming the best within us is a requirement if we are to maintain an aristocratic demeanor. The darker aspects of our nature, which are never to be denied or defeated, must be brought under the control of the will. This means we cannot ever relax our guard fully and will always be tested for tenacity and forbearance. So people just more so wanting to push your buttons, but that's for you to be trained in the way that you're supposed to be if you're working with the energies of creativity, because then it goes back to the energy of the woman in pastel colors carrying a heavy but veiled load. It can feel heavy, but it's part of the situation where you have to give birth to your new creative possibilities, is why you're being pushed. All right, so the energy is calling for discord once again at 11:31 p.m. tonight. All right, so let's look at the very last one here. And again, these are energies we see earlier in the day where we're going to be seeing them in sextile or in opposition and or in a quincunx. Okay, this one specifically is a square, so it gets more and more tense, where the moon in Virgo will then square Mercury in Gemini. All right, so it's like the communication opposing the energy of the emotions. So we're looking at, once again, the animal trainer. How do we tap in with self-love? And then tapping in where Mercury and Gemini is going to be with the spiritual integration. All right, so you guys, I hope you're sticking with me here. It's going to be a very up and down type of energy throughout the rest of this month. I'm going to be honest with you. No matter what sign we're in, that specific energy calls for something. All right, so what happens is every moon in a different sign is going to give you a different feeling. If you are a rising sun, moon specific sign, wherever it lands in your chart, it's going to tap you in different houses. So it's going to be tense, it's going to be confrontation, it's going to be creativity, but you have to keep yourself balanced to be able to move forward with the energies. All right, for instance, the other day I called out where Mars and Taurus was going to be in the energy of squaring over to Pluto and Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius sun, okay? So I know how I can react out to other people that specific day, because I knew I was angry and because I knew I just wanted to like breeze it off. I chose to walk. Why? Because it gives me time to settle down, to give myself time for, let's just say, if you know how you're going to react to a certain situation, try to avoid it. All right, so if you know what the energy is calling for, and I'm giving you guys the time frame of, okay, this is the sextile, this is what's going to work in harmony at this specific time, then do something pertaining to that time. Try to not even pay too much attention to it, because spirit works in miraculous ways. Spirit will give you an idea in your head to do something at a specific time that's going to align with your purpose and where you're supposed to be going. I'm just trying to give you guys the energy ahead of time so you would know to be prepared if there is going to be tension in the energy or opposition, which is going to cause confrontation, for you to be able to try to work around that energy. All right, but you are being challenged here. All right, especially because we're at the first quarter moon in Virgo energy. All right, so your commitments are going to be tested with things that you have set your intentions on at the new moon in Gemini. We are still in this mutable energy. So Spirit wants us to be flexible, adaptable, versatile with what we're working on here, and what other way to test us. But for these specific transits to align the way that they do, because it's a test to see if you are really in alignment with what you are supposed to be doing at this time. All right. Let's see. Let's see. All right, it's Jupiter's day. I chose to do this today, pre-recorded, because I wanted to be able to just breeze through it. Jupiter's Day is of higher education, all right? So I feel it's better to share it with you guys this way. I will do a short spread, all right, and see what the energies are like, and we'll go from there. Okay. I mean, I feel like energies are getting ready to be exposed, especially if you are working on something creatively and it's been getting out there and it's been picking up and people are noticing the things that you're doing. All right. Obviously that's your goal, right? But maintaining the energy of self-love is of the most significance. Okay. Let's see what comes out. What today's energy, what is our focus, what do we need to see, what should we be aware of in the energy that may come up today. I did some pre-readings last night, and it was like some really weird energy, but we're going to tap in. We're going to see what's going on. All right. So emotionally, there could feel like, you know, there could be confusion. There could feel like there's illusions in the energy. All right. Let's just see something here. Where am I at? Currently at 8 degrees and 46 minutes. All right, guys, so we are in the last decan, all right, of Gemini season. We're currently at the 22 degree mark. We're moving into the 23 degree mark very soon. All right, so it looks more so like the energy of, what was it? The three fledglings in a nest high in a tree, the beginnings of spiritual integration and support of our first attempt to creatively express our spiritual awakening. All right, is where this is taking place right now. All right, and it looks like the moon is moving into the 16th degree mark. So let's just tap base with the current energy before we get started with this reading. I don't know how to say this word. An orangutan. An orangutan. An orangutan. I don't know. It's an animal. You guys know what it is. I forget how to say it. It says the wildness within us. It is futile and counterproductive to ignore that we all have a wild beast within, with which we must come to terms, rebalancing our inner primal forces. The ideal to which humanity aspires is described by words such as goodness, truth, and justice, and loving kindness, yet within each one of us is a residual force of our primitive nature, the animal self that has no sense of right and wrong, no conscience, and little or no self-awareness. Thus arises all conflict in the realm of human activity, both the inner ambiguities and the outer clashings and bangings that make the news headlines. Unless we face up to this honestly and deal with it wisely, there will be suffering. So if emotionally you feel confused, kind of out of your element here, all right, you have other options to go towards, okay? Because that Seven of Cups, that's like a Venus and Scorpio energy. And it can speak definitely about high energies of like jealousy, obsession, of like feeling emotionally confused. Is what it is. They're not happy. Venus and Scorpio is at its detriment. It's not comfortable there. Alright, so if you feel uncomfortable in whatever it is that you're emotionally associated with, then that's not for you. It's going to bring out that wildness from within. Okay? Let's see. The Page of Cups. Open up your heart space to something else. That's what Spirit is saying here. Open up your heart to something else. Alright? So if you feel anger, if you feel discontent, if you feel discord in your energy, then it's for a reason. Alright? Either you're sticking with something that is of an illusion, not really in aligned with your purpose, okay? then that's something you need to change. All right, let's keep going. Yeah. So your goal is to be able to put into something and expect back from it, right? An equal give and take. With the energy of the moon in Taurus, this card specifically gives me exaltation, something that's comfortable, something that is aware, something that gives you a sense of comfort, a sense of belonging is what it is. All right, you have what it takes to be able to give out there, remain balanced, here's the scales, and be able to receive back. All right, so the divine works in ways where if you put your manifestation into something and you want to see that thing grow, then you have to be able to put the work in, right? So whatever you put in is what you expect to get back. And if you're not in alignment with that, then this is what it's going to look like. It's almost like you're going to feel like you have your hands in many different cups. You don't want that. You want one cup, all right, where you have your heart space open to, in which you feel your goal is to put in and to receive back. All right. Let's see. Empress. Absolutely. So that's what you're striving for. You're striving for the Empress energy. All right. To embody all elements in one, all queens in one, all feminine energies in one. So the loving, caring, and nurturing aspect of self. All right. The higher sense of your intellect. All right. Feeling like you have this, how do you say it? The eccentricity part of yourself that makes you original in the way that you express your mindset. All right. The love that you give out. It's giving me more so like feeling a sense of groundedness within. All right. One more on this Empress. Yeah, Nine of Cups. See what I'm saying? You're moving from the page to the Knight. I would see that in the Queen and the King of Cups. It's like stepping up in the energy emotionally, little by little, by you valuing yourself more so. All right. Heavy on Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio here. So water and earth, water and earth. Strength. I like it. So this just shows that you are courageous, all right, and willing to move forward. You're determined on sticking to that path, all right, and opening yourself up to, I don't want to completely say change, but it is for you to be able to transition, all right, transform your energy, transmute that energy from the past and where you felt you were more so all over the place. Get creative with it and make it work for you, right? Strength card. It gives you a sense of confidence back in your energy. Okay. Seven of Swords is here. This can be, you know, and how do I explain this card with this specific energy? It's like you strategizing through learning what you've gone through and how you then gain the confidence strategically moving forward. How do you utilize the energy of your independence now? That's what it's giving me. All right, because the moon in Aquarius is definitely a very independent type of energy. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I've got 777 out here. I got the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Wands now. Right? So whereas we were working with the energy of water and earth, now we're seeing it move into air and fire, which are technically opposing energies, right? So strategically moving forward, if you feel that you need to protect yourself strategically, all right, independently working towards defending yourself, all right, standing your ground on whatever it is that you've learned so far. I feel like this is going to put you right into alignment where you need to be. All right, let's see. Maybe you more so knowing what it was that you wanted to receive from something in equal give and take, and seeing how you can open yourself up back to love by opening up that heart space. This is what's allowing you to have change. But I don't know if you're afraid, because I'm getting lots of jealous, envious energy. I'm seeing lots of having to stand your ground on something. Maybe it's something that you felt was creative and you want to move towards, like, what's it giving me? Yeah, you know what it is that you want to experience, but I feel like you're guarding yourself from love. I don't know what this is. Alright. It's like if you feel a specific union coming in together that's meant to work for you. Alright. A creative union, a spiritual union, whatever this is. Alright. It's almost like you feel that you need to have a sense of defense up, where you don't necessarily want that, because that's where you feel more so you're guarded. Alright, you're guarding your heart space for what? What are you guarding it from? Because obviously here you're shown that you have many options with the Seven of Cups, but it seems like an illusion to you, almost like if it doesn't exist, and it does. Alright, but you have to choose one. Open your heart up, choose one thing, give to that thing so you can receive back from it, because it's calling for you to use your creativity and to be self-expressive here. Alright, and there's the Knight of Wands, moving in quickly. Alright, the Eight of Cups to the Ten of Cups. That's funny, because, wow, Eight of Cups, Ten of Cups, Hangman. It's almost like walking away from what no longer serves you. After the Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups, you know what you don't want out of those Seven Cups. You're walking away from emotional disappointments. Ten of Cups, you're walking into actually what really makes you happy. Alright, and then the Hangman, it's like you've gained a different perspective out of the situation. Alright, you took a step back in order to be daring and different. Alright, and that's where you more so stepped into your creativity and your passion, and you chose to more so gain your confidence back. Alright, and it has a lot to do with this specific spiritual union. Is what it feels like when I see the Two of Cups. That's what it is. It feels like the birth of something new that you created, you yourself, right? I'm going to pull 3 more cards, and I'm going to clarify solely the majors that I have here. The Empress, which is Taurus and Libra energy. Strength card, which is the energy of the Sun. And I'm also seeing the Hangman here. Alright, and that's going to be Jupiter and or Neptune energy. Five of Swords over the Empress. Don't cheat yourself. Alright, try not to cheat yourself. Don't remain conflicted about what it is that you want to go after, because you're only going to do nothing but keep that block up. Because from the 5 it then moves to the 7 is what I'm seeing in that energy, and that's Aquarius's energy specifically. Alright, so Aquarius is meant to utilize the intellect, not to block it. So get creative. How can you use your intellect? Alright, that's what it's giving me. Let's get one on the Strength card. Strength card, 9 of Swords. Look at all this heavy intellect energy. So now you're overdoing it. Why? That's Gemini. The Sun is in Gemini. We just had a new moon in Gemini not too long ago. It's probably what? Last week, I think it was the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, something like that. Alright. There could have been a heavy overload of mental energy happening where you may need rest. Alright, you need to calm down in order to gain this confidence that you need in order to move forward. Alright, let's look at the Hangman. It's almost giving me like an intellectual frustration. That's what it's giving me. What was that Sabian symbol? An unsuccessful bomb explosion, immature frustration. Although that's Aries energy, let's look at the one for Gemini. The beginnings of spiritual integration. If it pertains to Aries energy, which is the North Node, it's giving immature frustration. Why? Because there's an overload of information coming through. Alright. The Hanged Man. The Nine of Wands. It's you having to put in more work than you were expecting. Is what it is. And you can feel really tired, exhausted, stressed. Alright. That's not what you want though. You want to be able to detach when you have to, so that you can come back fresh and make a new, take another jab at it. It's what it's giving me. Alright, Ten of Pentacles. Because what it's going to lead to is more so your happiness and your overall stability. Okay. So I see lots of fixed energy here. I've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. Alright, I do have some Cancer here. I got Pisces here, heavy. And I'm also seeing Sagittarius' energy and Gemini. Alright, so is Virgo here at all? No. So the moon in Virgo is not here. That's the problem. You have no organization. Alright, you're not being analytical. You're not being efficient. And that's what's being called for right now in this first golden moon in Virgo. You have to be in order with all your shit, okay? Especially starting with your emotions so that you can remain balanced. Earth and water is where it starts. Then you can open yourself up to the mental and to the passion that you have for something, which is then going to be the fire opposing the air, okay? So, that's what I have for this reading, you guys. I'll pull one more for the overall. Knight of Swords. Don't stop. I feel like you need to keep going. I have 3 knights here. Right? These knights come in as messengers. The only messenger I don't have is of the Pentacle. Alright. The Knight of Pentacles isn't a fast-moving energy. It's a very slow, down-to-earth energy. That's what's missing. That's what you need, is to slow things down, be more organized, be more efficient. Make sure that you are following the tracks and where you lay your foundation down, okay? That's what it is. There could be lots of mental conflict at this time. That's what the Two of Swords speaks about. Giving me where you need to like face your fears with something, come into balance more so. That's going to be the moon in Libra that comes up this weekend. Let's see, is it today or tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow's energy where the moon moves into Libra. Yeah, it's on the 14th at 2:12 p.m. we will ingress into this energy where you need to face your fears. All right. Open up the energy of your mind state, because it's going to feel that you are blocking things off, almost feeling like you're at a crossroads with something. Alright? And it's not the page, it's not the Knight of Pentacles that's slowing you down. It's you opening yourself up to possibly even tapping into a new skill. Alright? Or revisiting something within your skill. Right? That's going to make it 10 times better. You're going to gain clarity about something. Alright, with the Ace of Swords, you're going to see the truth about a specific situation. Yes, this is the path I'm supposed to be on. No, this is not the path. I'm supposed to go this way, right? So then if you do have to manifest anything, you have all tools that are required in order for you to do so. Alright, so all elements on this energy, I feel like this is where the moon in Virgo is sat in place with where it is. And then Mercury being in its domicile as well in Gemini, you have the ideas, you want to share it, you want to communicate these ideas out. Utilize that energy right now, as it's going to help bring in your fortune. Alright, so here's the Wheel of Fortune. I feel that things are going to come into alignment and you are going to expand, alright, and explore exactly whatever it is that you need to in order to go into the direction that you're meant to go in. Alright, let's see. I feel like this was more of like an astrological motivating type of video. Alright, let's get one from the Black Moon Lilith deck here, which is currently, I believe, in Virgo. Moving into Libra shortly. I don't know why I was so confused. I thought that this black moon Lilith was in Libra this entire time with the south node, but apparently it was in Virgo with Juno there. All right, so with the moon being in Virgo right now with both black moon Lilith and Juno. All right, black moon Lilith is all about power, of vengeance. Juno is all about marriage and commitments. All right, so there could be a lot of back and forth type of energies, especially pertaining to, I don't want to just say like if you need to make a decision on something, but Libra's energy can definitely be that and where we're heading towards. All right, when it comes to relationships, if it's a contract, if it is a partnership, if it's a relationship, whatever it may be, something that you're bonding with, it could feel a little tense right now. Okay, like more so all up in your emotions, but the energy is gaining momentum and you need to continue to put in the work, right? Virgo is hard work. So let's see, Mercury's energy, so it has a lot to do with the communication and seeing the truth about something. Alright, so this is what the card looks like. Mercury is currently at its domicile in Virgo and Gemini, and the moon is in Virgo, sorry. Numbers, there's 24. Okay. So it says communication and truth. When the Mercury Oracle card appears, it's time for you to tap into the alchemy of your thoughts, speech, and the written word. All is mind, and your words are the spells that fashion the masterpiece of your reality. This is the Hermetic universal law called mentalism, and a powerful manifestation practice to integrate during the alchemical journey. Your thoughts and words create the frequency and vibration that attract people, places, and things into your life. When you receive this card in an oracle reading, the opportunity to speak publicly or step into the spotlight is also coming. Be confident in your voice and don't be afraid to share your ideas with the world. Your power to manifest is increasing. Harness it by channeling your thoughts in the direction of your dreams. Mercury is the messenger, master communicator, wordsmith, and cosmic magician. The planet Mercury is associated with Greek god Hermes, known as the Thoth in Egypt. Hermes or Thoth was the scribe of the gods, the patron of writing, learning, intelligence, astrology, magic, and alchemy. In astrology, Mercury represents communication, thought, and speech. It is the closest planet to the sun and the fastest moving planet in the solar system. It rules over the air sign of Gemini and the earth sign of Virgo. Gemini rules over social sides of Mercury, and while Virgo is more analytical. So Mercury in your chart determines how you channel information from your imagination into the physical world. Look at your unique birth chart to identify where your Mercury lies to understand how your mind processes information. My Mercury is in Capricorn, so let's just see what it says. All right, so Mercury in Aries says verbal leadership. All right, so you could be speaking out, doing like public speakings in a position of leadership. All right, so Mercury in Taurus, creative wordsmith. So creatively you can do like poems, or I don't know if you could write like what do you call those things? Anyway, let me just keep going because I'll get stuck on that. Mercury and Gemini, verbal geniuses. It's almost like you can just automatically come out and just give a whole speech, right? Without a problem. Mercury in Cancer are emotional communicators. All right, so tap in more so into the emotions of how you communicate. Mercury in Leo, expressive speakers. Mercury in Virgo, analytical wizards. Yeah. Mercury in Libra, balanced discussions. Mercury in Scorpio, intuitive thoughts. Mercury in Sagittarius, broad perspectives. Mercury in Capricorn, realistic and grounded. Mercury in Aquarius, logical intelligence. And Mercury in Pisces, emotion and feelings. You are a magician and your words are your wand. Unlock the power of your thoughts. All right, so I keep telling you guys, whatever you speak into the universe is you saying, this is what I want to manifest, right? So as long as you put your focus and your thought on something, that's what's going to come about. All right, so you have to say positive affirmations pertaining to what you want to experience on your day-to-day routine. All right. I find that doing these readings helps me tap in more so with the knowledge that I want to do. It helps me express myself, and it helps me stay in tune with the energies as well. All right, so try to utilize these videos as inspiration for you to do the same. Even if you don't understand astrology, right? It's always good to give yourself like an affirmation throughout the day. So I'm going to pull you guys an affirmation card, and then I'll pull a crystal and we'll get out of here. I'm probably going to start working on my all signs this week. I just wanted to tap in with the astrology on what's happening with this first quarter moon energy. Right? Because there's going to be momentum when it comes to communication right now. Heavy on it. Okay? And we have to understand that Mercury is a trickster planet. No, but. So what happens is lots of manifestation in energy. Because I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. Girl, come here. Bubba, come here. I'm worthy of feeling good, it says. When I'm in tune to the energy of abundance, I become abundant. Alright, so if you feel like an abundance energy on a day-to-day routine, that's what you're going to reap out of. What you put out there is what you get back. Alright. When I'm grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I desire. I like that one. That's pretty cool. I'm seeing lots of red in here. Red and pinks. Alright. So it's giving me the red chakra is earth element. Alright. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's the root chakra. Alright. And it's where you need to more so stay grounded. Okay. Let's get a crystal. Pyrite. So, inheriting values, knowing your worth, self-appreciation, genuine abundance, and prosperity from within. Where's my pyrite? Okay. So here we are, pyrite. 45. Pyrite has a very male energy to it. This stone aligns us with grounded action towards manifestation of abundance. It assists us in learning to take action one step at a time toward a desired physical outcome. Meditate with the stone to tune into the great value in all aspects of your life, the abundance and potentiality always available to you. Then you will become a magnet for prosperity. Alright, so pyrite. It's one of the first stones that I had gotten. I didn't even realize that it was like a very male energy to it. Alright, so again, you have to tap into your masculine energy in order for the feminine energy to be receptive of what you put out there, right? So as long as you know what it is that you value and you go after that, you leave it to spirit and they bring back in reciprocity. Alright, they reciprocate what you put out there. Alright, I love you guys. I'm leaving the reading